chasing the hunt, and I set the pace when I'm running. I always take what I want and I always give it 100. Don't need a bank, no I'm funded. Play the game like it's nothing. I'm always thankful for something. Don't take for granted. Stay humble.
Everything doesn't work when you want it to work. Everything doesn't want to work when you want it to work. Please hit the subscription button. Please hit the notification button, and please hit the like button. Sorry I'm a bit late. I'm watching this game that's on TV right now, which is Fulham versus Brentford. A lot of stuff is not working for me as well as soon as I come on. But yeah, we're going to do the press conference, and then we're going to do the panel show after that around 10 o'clock. So just bear with me, people. Let me try to fix this nonsense that I've got in front of me, and then we can go ahead. Yeah, just bear with me. Just do this. Let's do the press conference, the Champions League. So, as you guys are aware, in the Champions League, the players as well as the manager has to do press conference. So we're just going to listen to, obviously, Kelleher, and then we'll get the manager after that and see what he says. We've got a game against Bayer Leverkusen tomorrow in the Champions League. I'm looking forward to that. I miss the Champions League, especially the last few seasons that we haven't seen it properly. Now it's back at Anfield. Champions League without Liverpool, it's not the same. Let's just be honest. It's not just being a Liverpool fan. A lot of people said it last season, to be fair, guys. A lot of people said it last season, and you got to commend them for that. And it is the truth. It is the truth. Champions League without Liverpool, what we bring, the fan base and everything else that we bring with it, it's not the same, bro. It's not the same. And when Liverpool is in it, when Liverpool's in it, it's like a party, in it. It's like a party atmosphere, and this is what they miss in this competition. And that's what we bring. That is what we bring, people. Hopefully I can find the right one. There you go, late show. So I'm gonna be on for a while today. I'm not gonna be going anywhere. I'm gonna do a panel show at 10 o'clock with the rest of the guys. And then, keep coming back the next few days since I'm off. I want to do this, on a regular basis for you. I hope you enjoy it as well. Just make up for lost time since, I've gone to Liverpool for a couple of weeks in and out. I thought, if I'm doing that, I got to take a break from YouTube. So that's 2 streams today already. I did the afternoon one, and this is the evening one. So just get the comments through, people, and get the likes through as well. I've got Ant coming on with JK and Anton as well. So I've got 3 people coming on today. I've asked other people. I'll just wait for their response. If they come on time, why not? If not, it is what it is. We get them on next time, yeah. But let's start with Kelleher. Obviously, we look about Kelleher. He wanted to leave in the summer. He even announced it during international football, not the previous one, the one before that he wanted to get a first team start. But what he failed to realize is Alisson is always injured every season, and he's going to get a lot of opportunities in the Cups and the Premier League and the Champions League as well. So now he's getting his opportunities. Now he can show the world what kind of goalkeeper he is, and let's see if he could keep that confidence up to the January transfer window. If he goes, he goes. If he stays, he stays. I think we're going to keep him to the end of the season, and then we're going to get let him go for the right price. I don't think Liverpool want to let him go for lower than what he's worth. If you know what I mean, people. So yeah, let's listen to him, and then we continue, man. let me know what you think on the comments as well. I want to hear you guys in the comments. Thank you.
Quaid, how do you sum up the mindset and the kind of atmosphere in the group at the moment, particularly after the weekend, and your own confidence as well, given that big save that you made just before half-time?
Yeah, I think obviously, like you say, the group's obviously in a good place at the moment. Things are going well for the team. For myself personally as well, obviously it's playing some games now, so confidence is high, and yeah, we're very happy. But we're obviously focused on keep performing and keep getting wins as well.
How better equipped is the squad to go further in the Champions League and the Premier League title race this season compared to last, do you think?
Yeah, I think obviously, look, we came close last year. Obviously, just fell off in the Premier League towards the end, but those experiences are obviously big for us as well, and we've kind of kept pretty much the same squad as last season as well. So we have those experiences. Obviously, it's a bit more fire in the belly as well for us. And Champions League is Champions League. It's obviously one of the biggest competitions, so the motivation is always there. We've always done well in this competition. So yeah, the motivation is there to do well in both.
You mentioned getting minutes yourself. I think ever since the summer, every interview that I've seen with you, you've been asked about your future as well. How much is your future playing on your mind at the moment? I mean, how realistic is it to think that this could be your last season at Liverpool even? Does that come into your thinking?
Not with my thinking at the moment, to be honest, no. I think obviously it's quite early on in the season, but even anyway, my focus is on playing well. If I'm thinking about future and different things like that, it's not going to help my game. It's going to, I need to be clear mentally to play well. So that's not coming into my thinking at the moment, to be honest.
It's what I said, in the beginning of the season when I just talked about him talking about leaving and all that stuff. Like he wanted to leave in the summer, and Liverpool didn't let him go because the teams that come in for him, they're offering the lower end of the price. But the best thing for him should have been like keep your mouth shut, put your head down, and work hard. And you'll get your move eventually if you're not going to be a number one like Liverpool. Simple as that. That's all he has to do. But now, like you can see, he's changed. He's not talking about it. He doesn't want to talk about it. He's a Liverpool player. He's getting more game time than Alisson at the moment. So just continue with it, man. That's all you have to do. If you believe in your ability, just continue with it. I mean, nobody's gonna complain if you keep saving saves and all that stuff. You know what I mean? Big up, Steve, brother. Big up. Let's go, champ. I think we win 2-3-0, something like that. Okay. Konate's fit. Great news. Yeah, Konate's fit, bro. I'm happy for that. I've been waiting for a news like that for a while as well. Yeah, appreciate that. Big up John Conway as well, brother. I would rest McAllister tomorrow. Start Ryan, Dom in the middle, pivot, and Jones as a attacking midfielder. I think it's the other way around. I think Jones is better as a defensive midfielder. Sorry, as a double pivot than an attacking midfielder, like number 10 kind of role, if you know what I mean, brother. But yeah, it is what it is. I agree with you to some ways, but I put my point of view as well. The formation is too easy to get past. Yeah, it's 100%. Man. I don't really like what I see. I think we forgot about the clean sheets. You know what I mean? The clean sheets is what brought us to this to this stage of the season in regards to being top of the league and not losing a lot of games as well. You know what I mean? So 10 games gone, 1 loss, 1 draw, and the rest are wins. We can't really argue with that. If someone offered us this in the beginning of the season, we'll be like biting their hand off, if you know what I mean. But yeah, let's continue with the press conference, and then we get the panel after that.
You next?
Done?
No. Not that fast. Hi, Craig. You've played in lots of big games in your Liverpool career, cup finals, and obviously you had the Europa League run last season. But I believe this is going to be your first Champions League game at home in front of the Anfield crowd, because obviously you played in the Ajax game, but that was behind closed doors because of COVID. After the atmosphere of the game of Brighton on Saturday, how much are you looking forward to taking another big achievement off in your Liverpool career?
Yeah, it'll be quite cool. Obviously, I've been here and experienced quite a few nights of Champions League. I didn't play obviously, but I was here. The atmosphere is always electric on European nights. So it'll be a special moment tomorrow, and one I'm looking forward to for sure.
Yeah, Arne Slot did say after the game on Saturday against Brighton, this is the best atmosphere he has been there. Of course, man. I was there. That's why, nobody shouts like me. I'm joking. I'm joking. The atmosphere was beautiful, guys. In the first half, it was a bit iffy. Like we didn't even know what we was watching. It was the most bizarre football I've ever seen in my life. But after that, I thought it was phenomenal. Like in the second half, I thought like the way the team came out, the way the manager changed formations, the way the players decided where to go on the pitch and open up Brighton. It was just out of this world. The thing that pissed me off in the first half in that game was the Brighton players, when they had the ball at the back, they took up positions that outnumbered our midfield. So each time that happened, the midfield was just nowhere to be seen, to be fair, and it was easy to get past for them to create chances and in turn, take a shot and goal as well. So yeah, it was just it wasn't good enough. I got to be honest, and that their goal was too easy in the first half, in my opinion. The problem we have sometimes is like we're not aggressive enough, and that's the issue that I face. Champions have aggression. The season we won the league, why was we that good? Because we was aggressive. How is Man City always winning? Because they're aggressive. How did Chelsea win? Aggression. That's what happens. Man United, etc. Blackburn, Leicester. Everybody had this. So if you don't have that, you're not gonna win titles. If you're gonna be winning, certificates for being nice, then you got to ask yourself why are I winning being nice? Because you're not doing the aggressive side. That's the whole point. As I said, there's as well as there's good, there's got to be a bad side to you as well. I'm not asking for them to get yellow cards and red cards consistently. I'm asking them to do what other teams would do to you, which is step on your toes and do something that's going to give you the fear. That's what they need. And opponents don't have that. And I'm sick and tired of Brighton coming to Liverpool season in, season out. I go to all those games, believe it or not, and they got the freedom of the park. Freedom of the park. What a goal, Wilson! What a goal, Wilson! Ex-Liverpool player playing for Fulham now. Wow, he backheeled it to the over the goalkeeper and in. Beautiful, beautiful. Yes, as I said, 1-1 now. As I said, like the issue that we have is the aggression side, which we don't have. This is why we ask for a DM. The DM will, take us to the next level in regards to doing things like that. So I don't know how aggressive Zubimendi is, but I'm sure he is because a lot of teams are chasing him. And the Spanish coach did say he's the second best DM in the world. So if you're that, then you must be not only technically good, you must have aggression on your side as well. So yeah. But people, get the comments through, man. I'm here for you guys as always. I represent you guys. That's what I'm here for. So let's continue with the obviously press conference, and then we bring everybody on after that.
Any more? Well, good work, man.
Actually, just wondering what it's like working with a new goalkeeping coach. Obviously, John Achtenberger leaving the summer and Fabian coming in. What's he been like? And he had sort of new methods. I believe he's
he's been really good. I'm loving working with him, to be honest.
Nice.
He really works hard and puts a lot of work into us and trying to improve us individually. And he's really a great guy. He's really into his details and
Nice.
stuff. And
I like that.
He's very good, and I'm really enjoying working with him.
What your age? Are you older? Do you remember Xavi when he was a Liverpool player? And any memories as a youngster?
Yeah, of course. Obviously, I remember watching him. He was obviously a class player when he was here, and then on to Real Madrid as well. So I have good memories of him. His passing range obviously was outrageous. Obviously good memories.
When a player legend comes back, obviously there comes out a lot of mixed emotions. But
Listen, I love Xabi Alonso. I'm not going to sit here and criticize him for not choosing Liverpool as a manager and all that stuff. It is what it is, isn't it? Sometimes things don't go your way, you know what I mean? And staying at Leverkusen maybe was the best option to, get experience as a manager. Because I think that was only his first season, or I think he had a season and a half now at Leverkusen. So he wants to learn his trade. If he goes to Real Madrid, good on him. Listen, he ain't going to come back to Liverpool anymore after that. You know what I mean? We're not going to go and chase him. Arne Slot is here for the long term from what I've heard. And, Xavi missed that boat. So he missed that boat. But probably we've got a better manager in place. So I'm not going to sit here and say I wish I had him as a manager when Arne Slot is doing this job that he's doing right now. We're not even playing good, guys. We're not even like doing anything. We're still, top of the league. Imagine when things come together, how dangerous we can be. You know what I mean? We're winning in Europe and we're winning in the Premier League. I mean, I think we won every game in Europe. Bologna, AC Milan. We beat all these teams. We beat all these teams this season. So it shows, even though like we're playing the type of football that we don't want to play as a fan base, we're still grinding out results. So the next step is improving on the pitch and playing better than what we're doing right now. That's the next step, man. Oh! I'm just watching the game. Bro! Brentford almost scored, but what a save! What a save! So as I said, like improvements are going to be made. We're not going to be sitting here and just saying that is it. As the season goes on, we are going to get better. Imagine like this, what we're doing right now, and the players doing some extraordinary things as the season goes along. Whew, we'll be dangerous, man. We'll be absolutely dangerous. But let's get back to the press conference. I know there's a lot of people doing their streams now. It's okay. No problem for me.
Obviously, it's focus on the job. The fans will be welcoming the manager of the opposition, but not get in the way of the job in hand.
Yeah, of course. I think no Liverpool fans will obviously give him a great reception. But yeah, like you say, the focus for us really is on getting the result and making sure he goes home not too happy.
Last one here.
Cool. How are the players finding the new format of Champions League? We used to have the group stage. Now we've had this massive group stage. How are they finding it compared to what they played in before?
Yeah, I think it's a bit different. I myself personally quite like it. It's obviously playing different teams each occasion is kind of cool, and you're going away to different stadiums as well, which is nice. But yeah, it's good. It's obviously harder.
Let's go again
for games because
it's Wilson again.
You play
Harry Wilson, 2 goals.
You know how to play against them.
Shite!
Yeah, it's a good experience.
Wow! He come off the bench, I think, and he scored 2 goals. Goodness gracious me! Last minute goal as well, guys. Last second of the game. Goodness gracious me! Woo!
Obviously, cool to play a bit more teams as well.
Thank you.
Listen, with Kelleher, the way he's been performing this season, I think people even try to nitpick after the weekend game, and I said, "What are you guys talking about? Like, the guy's making some incredible saves at the same time, and we're complaining about it. Like, let's take it easy, man. It's weird. Our fan base is weird. It's like we're picking stuff that don't make sense. You know what I mean, guys? And it's not right. It's not right, man. Let me see if I could find that one. I don't know where it is. Let me get back. Let me get back. Yeah, it's a weird one. The way we talk about players, and we're never happy. I've noticed. No matter what we do, we're never happy. I mean, and it's annoying. It's really annoying. Considering what these players have done for us this season, we should keep quiet and just enjoy the ride, because I didn't expect any of this season. Let me just put it that way. I thought it was going to be a season of progression to last season, and we'll see where we finish. You know what I mean? But now we're challenging for a title, and we've got Arsenal fans crying like little bitches at the same time. It's not bad, is it? It's not bad at all, man. I think I found it, guys. Just bear with me. I can't play the music for some reason. It's a weird one with Twitter. I'm not doing it through YouTube, so why is it bothering you so much? Me playing the waiting music, it's weird. Yeah, so let's hear Arne Slot what he says.
Ready? Do you want to go first?
Sure. Arne, 100% record in the Champions League. Leverkusen are unbeaten themselves in the Champions League this season. Xabi Alonso obviously has got a big history with this place as well. It feels like it's got all the makings of a really big European tie. How do you see it?
Like you see it. It is a big European tie, which is almost always the situation if you play Champions League, even in the
Exactly.
new format. Although there might be maybe 1 or 2 or 3 teams that are not as known as all the other teams that are in the competition. But definitely for all the reasons you say, maybe mainly also because what Xabi Alonso did for this club, especially in Europe as well. But maybe more because of how he manages Leverkusen, how strong they are as domestically, as in Europe. Last season they were incredible, of course. This season, in my opinion, they are still the same, just as good, but a bit more unlucky when it comes to results. So a game to look forward to for many people who love this game.
Obviously, we were worried when we saw Konate go off at the weekend, but he trained today. How is he, and is he likely to play?
Yeah, he's available to play, and I think also completely recovered, so there is no issue for him not to play because of what he had. Then it's up to me to make the decision if he plays or not. But he's in a good place.
The other issue after Saturday's...
It's great to hear that about Konate, people, because a lot of us were panicking, thinking, Konate is going to be out for months, not like weeks, or just the way things have changed to our advantage. It never hardly changes normally. It's weird. I mean, and I think he had a brace or something on his arm today when they were training, as I saw. It's good to see Konate back because he's been the most impressive defender in the Premier League by a mile, by an absolute mile. Konate, I thought he's been phenomenal throughout the season, and long may it continue because he deserves it. I mean, he's a great guy, as well as one of the best defenders in the Premier League, in my opinion. And as time goes on, we'll see. We'll see. Let me just continue with this, and I'll get some people on.
His game was something that Mo put out on social media. He did obviously celebrate the win and the fact that the club is back at the top of the Premier League, but he also finished by saying, no matter what happens, I will never forget what scoring at Anfield feels like. Now, one thing you could read into that is that it's a hint about his future and where his contract talks are going. So we've not had the opportunity to speak to Mo. Have you? And what insight can you give us as to his message behind that?
Yeah. So that was a long question. And you interpreted it in a way maybe other people don't. I don't look at the Instagram posts of my players. I only talk to them, which you can't. So that is the advantage I have. As long as Tony keeps hiding them, and then you can't talk to them. Mo is in a very good place at the moment. As long as he's been here at Liverpool, he's been in a very good place, but this season again as well. So I'm hoping he can post. If it was a post, you said?
It was a post.
Okay. I'm hoping that he will post one after tomorrow and on Saturday again. And what he says with that is for me not important. The only thing that's important for me is how he plays and what he tells me when we have conversations. And that's what matters, and not how you guys interpret one of his posts.
Just to push you a little bit further, though, do you feel it is a reference to his future being away from Liverpool after the season, or can you say to us that it's not a reference to that?
Then I should have spoken to him about what he said, if that was a reference or yes or no. But I haven't spoken about him. We've spoken about Leverkusen because that team deserves all of our attention.
Listen, Mo Salah wants to stay in it. Like he's giving indication. He's letting people know. But I've always said he should have done this a long time ago. Don't do it now. You know what I mean? Last season, was it the season that he was signed the contract, and the season after that when the Saudi Arabian teams were chasing him, he wasn't saying much. But now, like, he knows Liverpool, especially the hierarchy, are not people that are interested with 30-year-old players. He's, putting it out there. He should have done that a long time ago, you know what I mean? And maybe you wouldn't face these issues. You know what I mean? When the Saudi Arabian teams were chasing you, if you put it out there, maybe they'll push a little bit further with your contract, if you know what I mean. And with Salah, listen, I've caved in. I've said that he's a phenomenal player. He's you can't just keep him at the side, guys. Like yes, over the weekend, he was poor in that first half. He's one of the main players I wanted off the pitch at halftime, to be fair. But he will always get you that goal. You know what I mean? That's, that curler to the top corner. right-hand side of the goalkeeper. Salah always does that, and he always scores. And the guy is taking over Fowler's record, the Premier League top scorer. It's crazy. It's absolutely crazy. I mean, a winger that plays one side of the pitch scored that many goals, and a striker who many consider is the most clinical striker in the Premier League history has been caught up and overtaken. Crazy.
For the quality they have. And so no, I think he's out of contract in the end of the season, and Virgil said something in the press, and now he has a post which you interpreted in a certain way. This will probably continue for as long as their future is not clear yet. But in the meantime, let's hope that they bring in performances like Mo had and Virgil had as well during the weekend.
Anyone next?
Oh, you get some help.
We know Leverkusen are an outstanding team in possession, and this has led to some teams this season, like Leipzig, playing more man for man out of possession against them. A lot like Atalanta did in last season's Europa League final, very successfully. How important will your out of possession play be tomorrow?
Very important, because football is played in two moments. It's either you have the ball or you don't. And if you play against strong teams, which Leverkusen is one of them, Liverpool as well also though, you need to be good in both sides. Unfortunately, we were poor in the first half on both ends. We were poor with the ball, We were not as good with the ball, and we were quite poor without the ball against Brighton, which is a team that can play out from the back really good as well. So that shows us that we need a performance like the second half, because Leverkusen, in my opinion, before we play them, is at least equal to Brighton when they have the ball. So we need a much better performance than the first half, and we need an equal performance like the second half.
Hi, Arne. My question kind of follows on from that, actually. You mentioned post-match that you wanted Liverpool to start with the same intensity in the first half that they did in the second and get the crowd energized. But we've noticed in recent games that some teams are maybe taking advantage of the more aggressive press, like leaving players out wide in between the wide forwards and the fullbacks to utilize the space. How important is it between maybe what the crowd want, maybe what the opposition don't want, particularly in the team like Leverkusen, who have such great wing backs like Ronaldo and Frimpong?
Yeah, but they have more than only great wing backs. They have 11 very good players on the pitch. I think what the crowd wants is what I want and what our players want. We want to have control of the game. We want to be very aggressive without the ball. Maybe if we are not as aggressive, or then we are sometimes a bit too high, we still want to try. But if you're just too late or a fraction too late, or you open a certain lane, then they can play through you. The good thing is that I always see my players running back really hard to prevent the other team from getting a chance, because although I felt, and I think we all felt this, that Brighton was the better team in the first half, it wasn't like they had 3 or 4 open chances from open play. I think if you look back at it, we got the biggest chance maybe in the game in the first half, with Darwin Núñez. So that also shows me that even if they play through our first press, we are still able not to concede that many chances. But ideally, it's not only preventing them from playing through your press, but by having a very good press, you can also create your chances. It's probably something you really, really well here at Liverpool.
It's not bad, is it? With the the manager talk about Leverkusen the way he's, and he's saying like the way Leverkusen play is similar to Brighton. So we just need to find a way on the pitch to accommodate their style of play, and to close the gaps that we had open the other day. I'll even put it on the poll, like, what do you guys want to change formation for the future? Because if you look at the past 3 games, we've been conceding goals, something unlike us in the past, before obviously the 3 games.
Yeah, man. Look, big up to you anyway on the chat always.
Up, bro.
Thanks for letting me on again.
That's all right, bro. No problem.
Two in one day, yeah, man. I'm at home now. Got me proper setup. Yeah, man. Look, that's gonna be a tough game tomorrow. I think they're no pushovers, are they? won a few trophies last season. Yeah, they're going to bring it to us.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's not going to be no easy game, definitely.
Do you think, like, considering what we watched over the weekend with Brighton, obviously he said this team is similar to Brighton, the way they play, and
yeah.
The thing that angered me in the Brighton game was like Brighton were taking up spaces where there was no marking going on, bro. The worst thing about it is the likes of Soboslai, instead of like getting into that position, he let players find their way around there. Because if you look at the beginning of the season, why was we successful? Why was we keeping clean sheets? Because players like Soboslai, at times when we needed three midfielders, he would go and slot into that gap in the middle. But as time went on, since we've been making these changes, playing Curtis Jones there sometimes and other players there sometimes, it hasn't been fluent anymore. I think teams are having more go at us in these games. I don't know what you think though, bro. The clean sheets has just disappeared in my opinion, bro. It doesn't exist anymore.
Yeah, we conceded 2 against Arsenal, didn't we? 1 against Brighton the other day. We haven't conceded that many. Like, obviously.
And 2 against Arsenal, you're forgetting. 2 against Arsenal. Let me just check. 1 against Chelsea, as I remember.
The annoying thing is, though, Fozy, like, if they're avoidable, that's when it annoys me. Do you know what I mean? If those goals are avoidable, you don't need to concede them, and you know that we can defend so much better. It does, do my head in a little bit. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, because it's the clean sheets that got us here. You know what I mean, bro? Like, but in the Premier League, if you look at it, it starts from Chelsea. So it starts from Wolverhampton. We consider the goal against Wolverhampton. We kept.
And that was very avoidable, wasn't it? That was a penalty mistake.
That was one. And then we kept a clean sheet against Crystal Palace. Then we went back to Chelsea, conceded a goal. Arsenal 2 goals. The 2 goals we conceded against Arsenal, it was so preventable. It's unreal.
Yeah,
I didn't expect that starting lineup, to be fair. Like Saka, you don't put Robertson anymore. Robertson doesn't do what Robertson does anymore. So you put like a Gomez there. It's like what they did against Chelsea, bro. Cole Palmer. What did they do? They told Jones to mark him out the game. But when we got the ball, you make sure you're in the box and creating things. That's what we did. We didn't really. And I, in my opinion, Arsenal are more developed than Chelsea. If you know what I'm talking about, bro. But if we're doing this at home against Cole Palmer, why could we do this away against Arsenal? Do you get what I'm saying, bro? Like get Gomez on him and let him mark him out the game, and then there'll be less creativity from Arsenal, right or not, bro?
Yeah, no, 100%. Look, Joe Gomez is so bloody underrated. It's unreal. The way he played on Saturday was colossal. I'm not gonna lie. And even last season, brother, he was one of our best players. Like he played across the whole back line, left back, centre back, right back. He even played DM at times as well, if you remember. And you know what, he done a great job. And the season before, he was quite bad, wasn't he? But I think everyone was bad that season when we finished 5th. But he revolutionised himself, didn't he? And man, he's a quality player. We've got to keep hold of him.
100%. I'm just waiting for Anton to come on. I don't know what's the matter with him. I can see YouTube. Everybody's on at the same time. All the Liverpool fans are on at the same time. But it is what it is. We've got to do a preview for this game, innit? So I thought, why not? Then I said after the Arsenal game, obviously it was Brighton away in the League Cup, 2 goals conceded again, and then you look at the home game the other day, it was 1 goal conceded. So we just have to stop to me. The season we conceded less goals, I think, was the season we won the league. And, the teams that concede the less majority of the time wins. Obviously, Arsenal conceded less last season, but Man City know what they're doing against Arsenal at the end of the day. So, but yeah, I think we need to just get back to that clean sheets, keep it tight in the middle, and, just make sure you don't leave a lot of gaps. That's how I see it. That's how I see it. But let's just watch the end of this, and then we could just talk about the rest of the stuff that's happening around
Liverpool. So that is also the reason why we want to press that high. But then, against good teams like Chelsea, like Brighton, and like Leverkusen, you cannot have 1% less than, for example, the second half intensity we had.
Yeah, what do you goals at the front?
And just to go back to Mo for a couple of seconds. He's obviously 32 now, be 33 before the start of next season. But given the dedication and the professionalism that you see from him, how much longer do you think he can continue at the level he's at the moment?
there's no reason at the moment to think that he is dropping in terms of level. That's not what you look at his numbers, and that's also not what you see when you see him play. So but I don't know how to say this in English, but I cannot tell you how the future will look like. So for some players, they can. Cristiano Ronaldo, what age is he at the moment? He's still doing really well. Messi is still incredible. So, but there were also players that, like me, that weren't as good anymore when they were 33. Not that I was so good when I was 26, but I regressed a bit earlier than Ronaldo and Messi. So yeah, I don't know what the future will bring, but what I do know is that Mo is in a very good place at the moment. Yes.
What do you think, like, with
talked
Mo,
about Xabi Alonso
and
before.
the messages he's giving out there. I don't know if I asked you earlier about that. He's giving, messages out there. But what I said was, before you come on, why did he do that when these Saudi Arabia clubs were chasing him? Maybe he'll get more respect out of the club if he did something like this in the beginning, if you know what I mean, brother.
Yeah.
Sending these encrypted messages, like, oh, it could be my last time, all this stuff. You know what I mean? Like, come on, bro. Do that when we was all like thinking you're gonna go to Saudi Arabia. Why are you saying these things now? You should have said I'm staying at Liverpool until they don't want me. Then you probably get more respect out of all these people that want you out of all these people that at the club that don't do over 30s, as you know, bro. I love the guy. You know what I mean? He's done a phenomenal job for us. He's done another thing for us this season. You know what I mean? I'm never gonna underestimate Salah's contribution to this football club. He's overtaken Fowler's record. You know what I mean? But yeah, he didn't put himself in a good place, to be fair. When those Saudi Arabia clubs were chasing him, he just kept quiet, bro. When he could have just said the same thing he's saying now back then. You know what I mean? Like, come on.
Yeah, man, 100%. Talking, there was speculation today about MLS as well, wasn't there?
Yeah.
Yeah, that'll be quite mad, wouldn't it? Nah, we got to keep hold of him. He's important. I don't really know what to make of his message, though. I really don't know, because it could mean it could mean one or the other, really. Like, you can take it as in like he's leaving the way he's worded it, but also, I don't know, man. It just depends how you look at it, really. I can see why people think he's going to go. He still hasn't got a new contract. I honestly don't think he'll get one either. I really don't.
Yeah, I think it's the age that and especially Michael Edwards.
Yeah, Michael Edwards, Richard Hughes, FSG.
They're all about money making schemes, innit? They want young people to come on and do something different. If you know what I mean, brother.
Yeah.
And if you're not part of that, if you're not gonna be something that's gonna affect their pockets, it's very difficult for a player to get a contract, bro. I gotta be real, man. That's what it is with him at the moment. If we are winning the games, I have no issue with letting goals in. I know what you mean, bro, but it catches up with you. Look at last season; we was conceding more or less the same now. Like, we conceded in the first few minutes, and I was warning people, and I did say, like, if we continue like this, but everybody's telling me, no, we'll get better, but we didn't get better. That's why we lost the league, because we kept on conceding goals in the first few minutes. It's like teams knew what to do against us. Like, score in the first few minutes, then defend for your life. And if Liverpool come out of place, we go and get a goal. You know what I mean? Because they're out of position. That's what they were doing. It's a big up Toto Hammer, bro. Big up, brother. Please go subscribe to his channel. He's a brilliant kid, man. Absolutely brilliant. And get in the comments as well. Yeah. So, but do you get what I'm saying, Ant? Like, you need to stop conceding goals, bro. Otherwise, it's gonna ruin your season.
Yeah, last season we were terrible for it, weren't we? We went 1-0 down nearly every game at home as well. Even like teams we were conceding like one-on-ones to, like on a weekly basis, like teams like Sheffield United and bloody Luton Town and all that. Like, they were, opening our defence up, weren't they? And it was quite embarrassing, really. I don't know how our defence went that bad last year, but obviously this year it looks a lot more shored up. Obviously, still conceding a few sloppy goals, which we need to stop.
I just think the midfield is too open, and I honestly think that. I think the midfield is too open. What I saw on Saturday, I wasn't. Listen, I'm an emotional guy. I mean, I love Liverpool Football Club for thick and thin. You know what I mean? I'm not gonna be in the stands and be fake. I'm gonna be happy at what I'm seeing when I'm not happy. Even the people sitting next to me says, "You're too passionate, aren't you?" I said, yeah, "Listen, if you support your club all your life, you gotta like say it how it is. If you see something is wrong on the pitch, I'm gonna point it out. You know what I mean, I can see. I'm a coach. I can see why Brighton kept on getting behind us because there's too many. Do you know what they did? And what they did was what people misunderstand. We've got 2 in the pivots and we've got 4 ahead of that. Yeah. So when there's 2 in the pivot, they I think what's his name, that striker that used to play for Man United and plays for Brighton now and Arsenal. He plays for Arsenal, Man United. The tall striker, Warbeck, came deep. He put the likes of Gravenberch out of place, and then what happened was McAllister was facing 2 players. So when McAllister has taken away another player, there's another player in the middle. If you know what I mean. So they had 3 players facing them, while our 4 are up front. You know what I mean. So it was just each time they had the ball, there was always a spare player in the middle, which opened up our midfield. When it opened up our midfield, they went on a counter attacks, and that's where the goal came from. They should have had 2 at least. I don't know if you've seen it. They should have had more than 1 goal in the game.
Yeah, they were good in the first half.
So that's what happened, bro. It's like they studied us and we didn't study them. That's why they kept on creating those chances in the game, bro. It was frustrating. It was really frustrating that first half. But like I said, bro, it will catch up with you at the end if you keep doing that every single game that you play. And that's what happened to us last season. We was too naive. We didn't study well. We didn't tighten up when we had to. Listen, we're not playing the best football, Ant. Let's just be honest. Let's keep it real here. We're not playing the best football, but let's have something to build on, which is clean sheets. Then just keep building. Next weekend is a big weekend, bro. They ain't gonna be, Arsenal's not facing an easy team. Neither is Man City. Man City's got Brighton away. Arsenal, I think, got Chelsea away. So when these 2 teams, there's no guarantee like one of them is gonna come out of there with a win. So listen, we could be way ahead of these guys. We'll just have to build some way, somehow, bro, to keep that momentum going. And like in January comes, we just got to sign the player. But like I said, bro, it's just too many gaps in that middle. Hence why we're conceding goals. We need to improve on as the season goes along, in my opinion. And like us ignoring it, it's not nice. It's not nice, man.
Yeah, 100%. This is why we cried out for the midfielder in the summer as well. It's like I said on your stream before. Imagine we had like a Fabinho type in that Arsenal game the other week. To take control and all that to partner Gravenberch and McAllister or Szoboszlai, Jones, whoever it is. Imagine like a proper rock in the CDM position, dictating the play in those type of games. That's what we're lacking so much. And when we play the likes of City away, Chelsea away and all that, it's going to happen again. The midfield's going to get overrun. Because Chelsea's midfield's decent, isn't it? Caicedo, Lavia, Palmer, Jesus Christ, they're great players. And people that say to me, that they wouldn't take Caicedo and all that, give your
dumbass, man.
Give your head the bloody wobble.
Let me say something to you, Ant. Have you seen the uproar when Liverpool was linked with Caicedo? Not just Chelsea fans, but the whole of the Premier League. The way they were mad about it. Everybody from Man United to Arsenal to any team in the Premier League that hates Liverpool were worried. I'm telling you, they knew that it was over for everybody. They knew it. But we just let it slide like we always do. I swear to you. Do you know Chelsea gave up, Ant? Chelsea did when Liverpool wanted to, because Chelsea was only offering 90 million. They didn't want to offer more than that. Yeah. And then as soon as Liverpool came with 111 million, Chelsea gave up. It was Chelsea fans that actually went to Todd Bowley and told him, mate. And you hear the likes of Gary Neville and all these guys saying, I wish Chelsea bought him, man. It's going to be at the end of football if Liverpool buy him. You always hear that, don't you? It's the end of football and Liverpool buy him, because that's the main thing that's missing from them. And what happened? He listened to his fans. He told because he already opted for Lavia. I don't know if you know that. They wanted Lavia instead. As soon as go on, carry on.
Wouldn't pay the extra 5 million for him.
Yeah.
And then he went and then he said, screw this, I'm going to Chelsea. These don't want to put the extra 5 million on the table. And he was keen on the move as well.
Yeah.
And we were just messing about trying to get him for, just being cheapskates. Like
£1 was a 1 million every time they're putting up and all that stuff.
Bro, it was so stupid. And then Chelsea come in, slap bang, 50 million, whatever it is. There you go.
There you go, bro. Like, you know what I mean? When teams are worried about, that player you want that can complete your team, you got to get that player, bro. If it wasn't
1,000,000% take him, you know what I mean?
If it wasn't, mate, I wanted Caicedo for years, bro. Before, I swear, I wanted him for years. I wanted the year before that. I said like he'll be perfect for our midfield. I didn't even think about McAllister at the time, but I said Caicedo. I looked at him, bro. I watched him. And McAllister dominate Man United and in the likes of Chelsea, Man City. I saw them two just ruined in this team. People don't understand like what that means when you're watching players like that. Just dominate. Class teams like Man City and Arsenal and teams like that. They ruined them, bro. Them two together. I'm talking about.
Yeah.
And seeing that at Liverpool, bro, it would have been the best thing that ever happened. Mate, I was just refreshing that day. I was just refreshing, hoping we'll get him. I said, get the medics over to London, man. We've got office down there. Do the medical down there. Don't waste any time. I was the happiest man, and then they just ruined it. Like they always do, bro. Just like that last summer, we're all celebrating Zubimendi. And then what happened? The same old shit happens again, man. It's getting tiring, bro. Like, listen,
always left disappointed.
And you know what you need. You know what can complete this team. All you have to do is just get that player. Why is it so difficult? Every other team can do it. Even Chelsea bought Caicedo, and look where they are. They're not even as good as Liverpool. They still bought that player. But we're struggling. Like Liverpool, mighty old Liverpool Football Club are struggling to get players like Caicedo and Zubimendi. Listen, to me, that's a disrespect to this football club if we can't compete with people like that, man. In my opinion, anyway. Even Declan Rice, why couldn't we go for him? I mean, it's only 100 million. Why couldn't we pay for him?
Yeah.
I mean, it's madness, bro. Like, it really irritates me. We could have been the most complete team, man, in the Premier League. Everybody was worried, bro. Everybody was worried. And carry on, though, bro.
It's like so close, but yet so far at the same time with us, isn't it? It's like that's that situation every single summer. It's like a couple of signings away from really going, you know what? I actually fancy our chances this year, but we're scraping through the battle with our team, and then once we get a few injuries, it all comes crumbling down, doesn't it? Especially in that midfield department, 100%. Like McAllister looks knackered. You know what I mean?
But look at
form for weeks.
Guys, look at the difference. The season we had a decent, the season we actually had the spine of that team. Look how good it was when we had the likes of Alisson, Van Dijk, Matip, Fabinho, Ronaldo, Henderson, and then you got Salah, Mane, Firmino. Like, look at that spot. Look at the team as a whole, how it connected. When you fill all those holes, look how good you can be, man. It was a team. It wasn't individuals. It was a team that won you titles, man. And that's what they did. I mean, it's just unfortunate they didn't do it more than once. But when you're facing the likes of City, what do you expect, man? You're not going to bloody beat these type of teams with the finance, are you? Yeah, big up, Anton. What's going on, brother?
What's going on, guys? Sorry, my computer it's got a ghost inside of it, man. it's got a ghost in it. I'm telling you, I'm not even joking, man. I've not even touched it since the last time we was online. I put it offside, turned it off, turned it back on, and every time I turn it back on again, I'm getting an issue. I don't know why.
We'll look at it, man. But let's continue with the press conference. Then we'll just discuss, obviously, the Premier League and the Champions League after, if you guys don't mind.
As a coach yourself, what is it that makes him so special as a manager?
That's difficult to say if you don't work with him on a daily basis, that he is special. That's clear. If you go to a club that was bottom of the league and with the same players, you bring them all the way up and without spending that much money in that summer, only bringing in one or two very good players. And he had a season that I think they only lost the final of the Europa League. So it tells you that he's special. What it is that makes him special is for me difficult to say because I haven't faced him yet and I haven't worked with him. But what might be the situation is that he's worked with very good managers in the past. He was a player with an incredible insight in the game. He knew when to be where, and he played at the highest levels. So he also probably knows and understands how these players feel in certain moments. So that probably all contributes to why he is such a good manager. But what makes him exactly so special? The best way to find that out is talk to the players he worked with, and I haven't done that yet.
Anyone? Last one over here.
Arne, I asked Queen before about the new Champions League format, where it was the group stage, now it's the random draw. How are you finding as a manager compared to the group stage? Is it more work, more, you're playing different teams each game now rather than the set group?
Yeah, that is obviously different. So normally you play an away or a home leg, and then you can prepare even better for the second time you play against them. Now you every time play against a new opponent. That's in some situations, because every pot has some very strong teams and some pots have maybe not the same strength. So you can be a bit lucky with the draw, you can be a bit unlucky. And then it has to do with which teams do you face at home and which one do you face away from home. So the first thing I would say is maybe it comes a bit more luck into ending up high or low. On the other hand, if you play 8 games instead of 6, normally when you play more games, luck is being ended up somewhere in the middle. And what I always said till now, ask me after 8 games or after this season, it's a better way to judge this format than at the moment. The only thing I like as a person that loves football is that on every evening I can switch to a game that is really a nice one to watch. But that's not where I'm here for at the moment. But on Wednesday evening, I will definitely find a game that I'm looking forward to, and hopefully the people look forward to Liverpool Leverkusen tomorrow, and we don't let them down.
Hold on. Thank you.
Yes. Oh yes, that's done. Let me just take this away, guys. Yeah, listen, I like what I hear from this guy. I want to first of all talk about him as a manager, and we could discuss it from there. Guys, 1 second. So, guys, we see Arne Slot, since he's come to Liverpool. He's not everybody's favorite. He's not everybody's cup of tea. I've even said that he wasn't even in my top 10 as a manager when we first were announced to him. You know what I mean? If you tell me to pick a manager, I wouldn't say Arne Slot. I wouldn't say his name. I do know who he was. But, this season, the way we're playing, the way... we're top of the league. We should be really undefeated. We shouldn't. Come on. And if we play Nottingham Forest again, I don't think we'll lose this time. You know what I mean? So it was just one of those things we need to get used to. After international football, it will be always difficult to beat teams like that. You know what I mean? Especially when they come with a game plan, which is defend for your life, and then in the final 10 minutes, bring on your best players to win the game. That's what they did. You know what I mean? And the flair players, all that stuff. But Anton, what do you think of him as a manager, bro? Like so far, I know many of us don't want him as a manager, but I think we've come through that now, and I have anyway. I'm convinced now with him.
Well, as you know, it wasn't my first choice, and I'm sure it wasn't many other people's first choice. But the guys, he's done his duties, man. He's done it really well as well. He's played the similar kind of way with the club, but obviously we're defending better, and I feel like we see out games better. You know what I'm saying? With Klopp, I think it was more gung ho and more of rock and roll football.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying? It's more controlled now, so he's doing really well so far. So far, so good, man. You know what I'm saying?
What about you, Ant? What do you think of him as a manager, bro? Oh, sorry, Anton. Ant, this is you guys are new to each other, innit?
Hey, good, bro.
How you doing, bro? How you doing?
Yeah, man. All good. Yourself?
I heard you this today during the day. You and Foz. I was saying, big up to the panel, and that's me, man. I was watching from the beginning to the end. You know what I'm saying? It's brilliant.
Appreciate you, man. Appreciate you.
Love.
Okay, so with Slot, like we said, look, was it our first choice? I'm not gonna lie, no. I think we all wanted Alonso or Amarin, maybe.
Or Amarin.
But yeah, man, look, he's come in, and obviously back him since day one. Whoever they choose, I've got full faith in. And so far, I'm just liking the way he's coming across. he seemed very calm and relaxed, didn't he, at first? And now, like, the last few games, he's starting to stress a little bit because these refs, mate, they will, you know, he hasn't got hair anyway, so he hasn't got to worry about his hair falling out.
Yeah. Same.
You know, this is one of the reasons why Klopp was bloody tired after all these years, because of them refs. I'm working under FSG. But no, look, honestly, yeah, he took us by surprise a little bit. I think he's had such a great start. He's completely changed the defence as well, but a lot more solid. Still concede the odd sloppy goal and all that, but you know, we'll get many more clean sheets this season, I do believe. He's getting the best out of certain players as well. You know, Gravenberch is a whole new lease of life into his play. Cody Gakpo is looking good. Yeah, man, look, he's doing good things with the team, and I can really see it. And I've got full confidence in him. You know, he has standards as well. Like, you know, one of the pundits said on TNT Sports the other week, but you've won 7 out of 8 of your games. Are you happy with that? And he turned around and went, I hope you're going to remember me for doing more than that. Which, you know, do you know what I mean? He didn't get carried away with that. Obviously, like, you're not going to get remembered for winning a few games, are you? You're remembered for what you win. So yeah, man, he's doing well.
You know, as tactically, is this it, guys? If you know him, is there's more to come out of Arne's slot? That's what I want to know, because I'm sure there's more to his game than the way we're playing. You know what I mean, I know, like, he's just coming to the club, and he hasn't had those players, you know, in full preseason, and it's always going to take him time. You know, with Feyenoord, how good was he, Anton? Like, what was the difference in Feyenoord that made them special? Because he did with the league and the cup. He's only there for 2 seasons, isn't it?
He had a way of playing, man. It was really nice to see. Honestly, when you're watching the games, a lot of the goals leading up to the goal was one-touch passing and movement. It was like brilliant to watch, man. So yeah, it's exciting. It was exciting. Obviously, when I heard that we was getting him, at first it was like, oh yeah, but when I went and watched a couple of games, I was like, okay, you know what I mean? it was really good, man. It was really tidy. How the way they play, interlinked play, third man running and things like that. I was like, wow, this is brilliant, man. And it just remind me of the old Dutch players, how they used to play. You know what I mean? All the managers used to play. Yeah. So it looks decent. It was looking decent at Feyenoord. So and all he had to do is just come over here and do his thing. And what I like about him, a normal man, an average man would have been, do you know what? No, I'm gonna put my own identity on and fail. I think most men will do that because I want to put my own thing, my own print on it. You know what I'm saying? So I think with him just saying, you know what? No, it's not broken. Just a little tweak there, and then I think we can do and just carry on. This thing on the same hymn sheet as Clark, but change it a little bit, and then look, and we're reaping the rewards. What he's done with Gravenberch is unbelievable. He's just shown Gravenberch, said, look, do you know what? Just be the player that you was when you was coming through, and everyone wanted you, man, because he was one of the wonder kids. Yeah, like if you go way back, let's say he was about 16, 17. He was one of the wonder kids. Say this kid's gonna be the next best thing. All the team watching him and that. Yeah. And he wasn't doing too well at flipping Bayern Munich. Great for him. But you know what? He came to us. I wasn't really seeing. He had the ability. The ability was there, but something needed to be shifted. And I don't know. But I think the change of new management and the belief in him. Yeah, and I think the management told him, look, bro, just play your game, but play it like this. And I can see certain things, but people might laugh here. I'm seeing Busquets. I'm seeing a Busquets in there. You know what I'm saying? You're not a defensive midfielder. Look at the Busquets when he first came. You're not defensive. You're not thinking that defensive midfielder is going to cut people up, put someone up, or take someone out, and be a scruffy player. You know what I mean? He's going to be a clever kind of player, so he doesn't need to slide. You know what I mean? He doesn't need to rough up player. It's clever little tackles, little toe punts off the midfielder and win the game, man. You know what I mean? Win the midfield and I'm seeing a little Busquets. I'm telling you, it's coming. He just needs to keep the ball a bit better. I'm seeing certain glimpses of the game where he's overdoing it sometimes, and I think he's getting ahead of himself. But I think that's when he comes in and tells him, bro, yeah, slow it down. Getting ahead of yourself, just keep it nice and simple.
Yeah, spot on. Yeah, even Steve says, I only knew about Arne's slot first, or when he turned down Spurs. Yeah, I remember him turning down. I thought at first he was that level. That's why I didn't say much about him. You know what I mean? I thought he was a Spurs level, but maybe he knew more. You know what I mean? Maybe
he believed in himself, man.
Yeah. He did say, like, I'm not ready yet. That's what I liked about him when I heard about him, like in regards to Spurs. He said I'm not ready yet. I've got unfinished business at Feyenoord, and then
Probably
sometimes
the timing as well.
Yeah, listen, and you got to think about it. That wait, sometimes when you wait for something good will come in it, and that's what's happened to him. Even a bigger club came for you eventually, and the most important thing for me, I know, like Liverpoolians, just Liverpool in general, we love our father figure manager, but the most important thing that probably a lot of people hate about this is he's just about the team. He's not here for anything else off the pitch. You know what I mean? I don't know what you think about it, Ant. Like, he's not the father. We haven't got the father figure like Klopp anymore. This guy is just solely focused on the team. Is that a good thing or a bad thing, bro?
I think it's a good thing. Look, this is no diss to Klopp, by the way. I love Klopp. Klopp's fucking. He's great. He's great. But maybe an issue could have been like the players were a bit too close to him. Maybe.
Yeah.
Maybe. Obviously, yeah, he's a great manager and all that. Listen, no diss towards him whatsoever. This, by the way. But maybe with Slot, he's a bit more like maybe hands-on with the players a bit more. Maybe the might have a fear factor of him a bit more. Like, you don't want to mess him about in case they get dropped out the team. With Klopp, like, there's players that can have stinkers, then they'll just get played again and again. Like with Slot, Robbo had a stinker against Arsenal, and then he started him in the cup midweek, and then said, "You're not playing against Brighton."
That was a brilliant way. That was a brilliant thing he did there. I like that.
He done it to Quanta against Ipswich at half time as well.
First
game of the season. This man ain't free to drop anyone, and that's a really good thing, I think. So, yeah.
He didn't take no prisoners, man. He didn't take no prisoners.
That's what you need.
But that's what you need. If you look at the most successful managers like Mourinho's and the likes of Mourinho's, Pep Guardiola and Ferguson, they're all the same, aren't they? They don't listen. They don't give a damn. If they're gonna replace you, they replace you. You know what I mean? They don't.
Mourinho, out of them lot though, Mourinho was the most
ruthless, bro. Ruthless.
I've seen him put on a man second half and take him off in the second half.
Same half.
Within 10 minutes, took him off. I was like, wow, this guy is savage, man.
Well, Pep Guardiola is the same. I mean, if you don't perform in the first 6 games, he sells you in January. Look at Ferran Torres and that. You know what I mean? Yeah.
When something happens, when it happens to a player like that, the manager usually puts his hand out to say, "Look, mate, I'm sorry." Mourinho used to be like this. He's letting go past.
But to be honest, Klopp came with that attitude at first. Was it Saka? Saka, the defender. He made one mistake and Klopp got rid of him.
Saka was
ruthless,
Bambi on ice. Saka was Bambi on ice, man. Saka was Bambi on ice. When he had the ball, every time he had the ball, when he was trying to spread it around and keep the ball.
Yeah.
When he had the ball, my heart was beating faster than it should. Every time. I said, please don't pass to him. Please miss him. Please miss him. They pass it to him. And honestly, everything about him, his haircut, everything about him, I just did not like him at all.
He's always doing the Johan Cruyff turn in the boxing.
Oh,
man. I'll never
worst
forget
player
that,
I've ever seen.
Big up Ravi, man. Big up, man. Them repping the Liverpool gang. Big up, brother, as always, man. Question: he says, how do we keep this momentum going? Go on, Ant, man. How do we keep it going, bro?
Keep it going.
No, Ant. Let Ant.
Sorry.
Oh, bro.
It's confusing, isn't it, Ant and Ant?
Yeah.
No, look. How do we keep it going? Just keep winning. Just keep doing our thing. I know that sounds so obvious, doesn't it? But no, seriously, yeah. Look, I'll get, Leverkusen, winnable game tomorrow. Aston Villa, winnable game. Just got beat 4-1 by Tottenham. Southampton away after the break. This is weird. I say this as a Liverpool fan, yeah. We can all probably say the same thing. I was on a panel the other night and we were talking about our fixtures coming up. And I said, we're going to win most of them. But I said, the one game I'm worried about the most out of those 10 games is Southampton away. And you're like, wow, Southampton away? You shouldn't be worried about them. I was like, brother, I'm a Liverpool fan. We beat the treble winner Man City side 1-0 a few seasons ago, then lost to Nottingham Forest 1-0 a week after. we beat Man United 7-0 in that season, then lost to Bournemouth 1-0 a week after. This is a Liverpool thing. We could win all that
it's a trait.
Beat Real Madrid, beat City, lose to Southampton. We do things the hard way. It is what it is.
I remember, man. We could have been the season we won the league. We could have been invisible in it until we lost to Watford away, innit? So.
How many Arsenal fans were so happy that they are? Never forget.
Man, they were begging. They were begging.
Wow, these are tramps, man. These are tramps. You got nothing but invincibles for your life. That's it. Nothing. Once someone goes invincible, Arsenal have nothing again. You know.
But how many games did we draw? In that year?
About 12.
Yeah, 13 games.
You know what's funny? Yeah, some Arsenal fans say, "Oh, would you swap the Champions League trophy for the invisible trophy?" No, I'll keep the invisible. This is what we're facing, guys.
Oh gosh,
this is how small that club is. I mean, if someone is offering you Champions League trophy that you've never won, the trophy for club football, you don't choose invisible trophy over that. It doesn't matter.
No one's done it in Premier League history. But I said,
this is a clowns league, man. It's not the league of old.
How long has football been going for? How long?
Over 100 years.
It's been done in the lower leagues. I think Port Vale did it. Edinburgh did it. I think Juventus did it. Other teams have done it. But this is only something they can hold on. It's just the only thing they can hold on. But no one's done it in the Premier League. But Premier League is only how many years old?
I don't even think they reached 90 points that season.
They're weirdos, man. I'm sorry. Not all of them, but majority Arsenal fans I know, the most deluded fans I've ever known.
I'll swap 2 to 3 Premier League trophies for that Champions League trophy, just to have one. And they're telling me about invisible? Oh, man.
No.
You know what? I'll give up, man. Honestly, I'll give up.
Invincibles. Yeah, that's all they have. Once one other team does it in this country, I think the fans will stop. They'll stop speaking.
Liverpool could have done it. They wasn't bothered about it. Man City could have done it 10 times over. They wasn't bothered about it. They're the only ones, You know what I mean? Just leave it for them. That's what
if other teams do it, it's not just to do it. It's just to do it to stop Arsenal from talking. I'm telling you, that's the only thing. No. That's the only. I'm sure someone does it. That straight away a player will say, "Well, Arsenal can't talk about nothing now."
Yeah, I met Jimmy Case 2 weeks ago. Yeah, I went to bloody Liverpool twice, man. I hate driving, guys. From London to Liverpool, it's just long.
Nah, man, don't even drive into town. It's horrible. I got fined going to bus lane the other week. So
you got what?
11 at night.
Huh?
What happened?
Where did you go, Ant?
I drove to pick my mate up from Hanover Street because he was out having a drink with his missus. 11:30 at night it was. I drove through a bus lane in town. You know the top where Ranelagh Street is by the McDonald's, by Liverpool Central train station. That's where the bus lane was. Charged me 35 quid. I just went through it, mate. Man, I can't believe it.
Well, you know what, bro? You're lucky it's not London because that would have been double. That would have been double, and you got two things off your license, mate.
Yeah, man. In London, I've heard you've got like emission zones and all that and stuff.
Oh, it's a joke, man. You can't
we got ULEZ.
Congestion charges and all that. Like, man, bloody hell, London is horrible to drive.
We're still waiting for the walk-in charge. We're waiting for the walk-in charge next.
Yeah, I'm never driving to London. Never.
No, don't.
Don't bother me. Like, man, I'm struggling myself. I'm getting tickets nowadays. I never got a ticket in my life. I'm getting tickets now. Oh my god! And I've been driving for years. I met Jimmy Case and Samuel Lee. They were their careers, guys, out of this world. What they were telling us, man. Oh my goodness me.
Yeah, that's sick.
Like they were European champions. They like league champions like multiple times. It's not like once. You know what I mean? And they tell you about the players they played with. The way they spoke about Graham Souness. You know what I mean? They said people should forgive that guy for what he did. Obviously, he did a couple of things wrong, which is Liverpool tried to change the team, and he spoke to a Sun newspaper which he shouldn't, and he said he didn't know about it, all that stuff. But as a player, the way these guys spoke about him, guys, he was a maniac. He was the best midfielder they've ever played with.
From time you can put a flag. From time you can put the upper team's flag in Turkey in the middle of the stadium and run. How was it? Was he managing Fenerbahce? He was managing.
No, Galatasaray. Galatasaray.
Managing Galatasaray, and he put the Galatasaray flag in the middle of the stadium. He put it in the middle, and he ran off. They told him, "If you ever come back, we'll kill you."
What made me laugh is when they said, with Graham Souness, with this guy, he was so good and he was so tough. We just left the middle for him. We didn't even bother getting in there. Nobody wanted to approach him. No other opponent wanted to approach him in that midfield. So the likes of Jimmy Case and Terry McDermott, Ray Kennedy, they just pushed up, left him in the middle on his own. Nobody, and Anton, nobody can touch that guy in midfield. Nobody wanted to approach him. They said because they knew they were going to get something at the end of it. That's how that's how scary that guy was. Yeah, bro. Hey, I'm telling you, this guy was a nutter, mate. Absolute nutter. But guys, with the Champions League, are you guys happy so far? I think we've won every game that we played. Obviously, one more game, I think we'll qualify, don't we? After this, hopefully, we'll beat Leverkusen. We've got Real Madrid after that, innit?
Yeah.
So far, what do you think of the Champions League, Anton?
Me?
Yeah. Anton, I said. Not Anton.
Okay,
I said
cool.
Anton.
Okay. It's a different format, innit? I'm a kind of guy that likes tradition, man. But I don't mind change. But so far, so good, It's that one you play them once format kind of thing, innit? But yeah, it's looking good so far. But you know what? If it was me, I would go back to the old way of
me too.
Normal. Keep it simple, man. But in the end, you're gonna win the same cup. So if we can just get out of the group, out of this thing, and go on to win it, I don't give a shit how it comes out. Then you know what I mean. Only till we don't win it, I'm like, yeah. See, I told you it was shit. I knew it was shit. This flipping format is rubbish.
But what about you, Ant? Like about the Champions League? Listen. I don't know the group stage. I don't know what's going on. I really don't. Let me just put it that way. I don't know what's going on. I'm just following the thing. You know what I mean? We're winning. That's all I know. What do you think of it so far, bro?
Every single time we're in it, I always back us to win it. You know what I mean? Every single time. There's something about Liverpool and the Champions League which is just so special. You know what I mean? We bring the best nights ever. We do the impossible, on a lot of occasions in the Champions League. You can think of so many examples from the top of your head. There's just something about it. Anfield, Champions League nights. I think, we're going to go all the way. I say this every year when we're in it. If we get knocked out or not, I'm just saying it. It's been a great start. AC Milan first game got off to a really bad start, but then the way we played for the rest of that game, that was one of our best games we played because we just absolutely dominated AC Milan away at the San Siro. They didn't even have a sniff after their first goal. I was very impressed. Bologna, routine win. And who's the one? Leipzig. Solid result. Yeah, look, it's been a great start, Arne. And bring on Leverkusen and Real Madrid, Girona, Lille, and the other team that we play. Bring them all on.
Spot on. I think we've been great at everything we're doing at the moment. We found a way to balance out, the Premier League, the cups, and the Champions League. It's out of experience, isn't it? Like, although we're not signing these players onto a contract, but experience plays a big part, doesn't it, guys? I mean, if you've done it before, you know how to go through stages like this, and this is what Arsenal don't have, and Aston Villa don't have. This is why Arsenal are struggling, because they're doing all these things all at once. It's something new to them. But with Liverpool, obviously we missed out a season, but we've got Champions League winners in our team. Players that done it all. Premier League, Champions League, so they know how to balance both. And so far so good, man. And the manager, what he's doing, guys, I can't fault him. The only thing people argue about is the way we're playing. It's not attractive. But I've always said that with time, just give them time, they will get it right. We're not playing the Arne slot football so far, where it's just a mix of Arne slot football and clock football. Eventually those players will come to the other side, which is keeping possession better, not lose. The issue that I have right now, I don't know if you guys agree with me, is we lose the ball too easily. Some of our passes go astray a lot, and that's what we've got to improve on. I don't know what you think, Anton, about that.
Yeah, I agree. I agree with you. There's a lackluster passing kind of thing. I do agree with you, man. I do agree with you. I'll tell you what, number one, it gets on my nerves. It pisses me off as well. Such a good defender, man. But Kanate, sometimes, man, oh my God, his passing is ridiculous. The other day, he did a pass, and there was everyone's doing the passing, and it's all going to the player, right? This guy decided to do a 40-yard pass on the floor. But it wasn't on. You know, it wasn't on.
Yeah.
You know, he does it as well. Trent as well. Sometimes
Trent does it with his left foot. The left foot, guys,
for no reason,
foot.
and there's no one there. I'm like, why did you do that? Like, why did you do that? Just keep it nice and simple. And I've seen he done it one time before, and I can see the camera panned to Slot, and he's like, "Come on, what's that? Come on, you don't need to do it. Just keep it nice and simple. Nothing was on." Just sometimes the passing is a bit wayward, man, and just need to just tune up a little bit. Play it simple, man. If it's on, it's on, but don't overdo it, man. Kanate number 1, 2 is Trent.
Yeah. What about you, Ant? What do you think of the stray passes that lead to chances for opponents that we need to stop? I think that the majority of the time they score is because of things like that, and it leads to injuries as well. Don't forget, it leads to injuries as well.
Yeah, I mean, the first half against Brighton comes to mind, doesn't it? Just very sloppy passes in the midfield. It makes you think sometimes, but yeah, what have they been doing in training to pass the ball around like that? Nah, man, look, and when things are going like that, you know, the manager's not afraid to make a change. You know, the Brighton game brings on 3 subs and then 2 goals in 5 minutes. And bloody hell, mate, I'm so jealous you went that game because that atmosphere must have been electric.
It was the best, guys. Man. Absolutely the best atmosphere in that second half.
Even their manager was saying it.
Yeah, you know, it's the fans, innit? They said, like, what we've got to lose now, like, all we could do is pick up the players, innit? As they just chat amongst each other. And all of a sudden, we're just singing and shouting, you know, and like even helping them out when they're putting pressure on players. I mean, you know, when you got all that crowd that, like, booing you and, you know, having a go at you while you got the ball from the opponents, it does distract them, guys. I'm telling you, man, it works. I've never seen it like that before, but now, like, I watched it from last season. I think there's the Luton or the home game against Luton. It was losing 1-0 until half time, and then, like, all the fans just said, let's do it. And then it's just all of a sudden we'll start singing songs and shouting. And then the game just went to our advantage. Yeah, bro. Like, it's just something this Liverpool fans can do. But the thing is, I've always said it. These fans don't deserve these owners, man. I mean, these owners don't deserve these fans because, you know what I mean, there's no fans like these in the country, man. I'm sorry, like, and what we're getting from the other side, it's just not fair, man. It's not fair, guys. We shouldn't be begging for players. This should be a privilege, like Bill Shankly said, you know, to have the best team in front of us and what we deserve. And we're not getting that, man. It's sad. It's really sad. You know what I mean? But
imagine if we didn't have owners, though. Imagine if we had different owners, man. Honestly, even in Klopp's era, he would have had a few. It wasn't about. I'm telling you, it's not about the 1 and the 2 points against Man City. I think we were just driving our players into the ground. We needed extras to fill in, but we were overplaying them. Like, see, we were talking about Fabinho earlier. Fabinho,
we're missing, man. We're missing.
What was going on? You can see he's been overused. He was used centre back. He was used there, right back, and he goes to the midfield again. He was overused. He's meant to use it sporadically. He's meant to have players with him. He should have a deputy to do exactly what he did. Same with Henderson. He needed it. And same with Wijnaldum. There wasn't really ball players, them 2 players I just mentioned, Wijnaldum and Henderson, but they needed players behind them saying, you know what, when you're not there, I'm going to fill in. I'm going to fill in this game. Not burn.
That's what Anton, but that's what great teams do. That's what great teams do. If you guys think about Man City, like, people forget, you know, like, Man City have been champions for the last 5 seasons, you know, or 4 seasons, whatever it is. They have been champions. But what you need to look at Man City, guys, you don't really say world-class players. Nobody mentions things like that because they play as a team, as one. I mean, this is why you don't really hear a lot about individual accolades or anything like that. We're shocked Rodri's Ballon d'Or. I mean, even though he's been consistent for the last 6 years or so he's been at City. You know what I mean? And that's what I'm saying. Like, a team. You have to be a team to win titles, and that's what we've drifted away from. We're relying on players that's been there for ages, man. I said it to you guys before. I don't know if I said it to you, Anth. If you look at 2019 to 2024, Man City and Liverpool. Man City only have 3 players. Liverpool got about 9 or 10 players still. You know what I mean? That's the difference. That's the difference. You got to refresh, bro. You can't keep the same players every single time. I mean, like, how can you have the same players? I don't understand.
To me, though, it's understandable that players like Robertson are slowing down now because, you know, that system Klopp played and that training regime that he had, that gegenpress, heavy metal, you know, football that he had, you know, the players are going to slow down, aren't they? Let's be honest, because that takes
Robertson's only 30, isn't he? He's about 30, isn't he? He's not even that old for a left back.
He's playing like right now. He's playing like he's 36. 37.
But bro, he's such an engine at left back though, weren't he? Like just bombing it up and down constantly. He still does it now, but he seems to be losing his tech a little bit, doesn't he?
Yeah.
You know, we need to invest in that left back area, I think, you know, soon anyway. Definitely. But you know, he's still good, he can still play, you know what I mean? But I think Tsimikas has been better this year for me. But
100%.
He has.
100%. Steve says we need a prime Souness in our midfield and in Arne team.
Oh no!
Prime Souness. I don't think this type of football will suit him.
He'd be sent off. He'd be sent off. He'd be sent off. It'll be like, what's his name? Sergio Ramos. But Sergio Ramos, at least he stayed on a bit longer. But yeah, he could have been that game. There's no way he could play in this day and age. He'd take some people out. He'll take the referee out.
100%. Samili, also a great player who was on the coaching staff. Yeah, he was brilliant, man.
A little white Chinese guy.
Yeah, that's what we used to call him.
He's got Chinese eyes. It's like China, man. I'm telling you, though, it looks. It's funny, man. Looks like it's got Chinese in him. His eyes is like squinty.
You know what's funny? He takes the piss out of himself as well. That's how funny that guy is, man. He says when I score a goal, it was out of shock. I couldn't believe I scored. And what was your expectations going into Brighton? For me, I thought we would win, but not how we did.
I had a 1-0 win to us, like a narrow game. We did win by 1 goal, of course. You know what actually sparked that win, I think, for me as well, that game, was when Trent and Estepinian started having that fight, and then the crowd all of a sudden just went.
Doesn't that remind you of some Arsenal game? Doesn't it remind you of some Arsenal game?
Granit Xhaka and Trent, Trent squaring up to play is a tactic for us to win. I'm telling you.
Good point, I like that.
I reckon other teams, what they're going to do now is, so if Trent starts giving it, don't give it back. They say, yes, thank you, move on.
Thank you very much.
Walk away. They will make them win again.
Oh, man. Guys, I want to speak. So what was your score prediction for tomorrow's game? Sorry about that, guys. I need to start doing that now, innit? So,
go.
Anton, gone.
It's a different game. Champions League again. Are we home?
Yeah, we're home.
Yeah.
We're home. Because they're not used to Champions League, I'm sure Xabi is going to tell them about that home crowd. And I'm sure they know already. But, yeah, I can see a win. But probably like a 2-1 for me. 2-1. Yeah. Maybe last 10 minutes we put it all in and we scored a goal at the end. It's like I don't see like a 3-0 or something like that.
Nah.
3-0, I don't see that at all.
But to be honest, Leverkusen haven't been impressive this season in the league. So I think they're 4th or something like that. They only lost once, but yeah, they're not really flying like last season.
They still got qualities in that guy up front. Yeah. And what's his name? That young player, I forgot his name. I can't forget his name. I've got a great player anyway. We're looking at him as well. What's his name? He's a good Verts, yeah. He looks proper tidy, man. Proper tidy. He reminds me of a player from back in the day. Can you remember that player? He's left-footed though, but he was. What was his name? The Alessandro. Remember D'Alessandro used to play for River Plate, and he came to England. He played for Portsmouth, Harry Redknapp. He was Argentinian, attacking midfielder. He's very clever players, man. They're clever and technical, small, but they're clever. That's their game. Is their intelligence, man, and their technique. And and that African guy up front for them. He might be a problem tomorrow.
Oh yeah, I remember him. Yeah, with the mohawk. Yeah, that's
D'Alessandro.
Yeah, I remember him. Yeah. He played. I think he played for another European club as well, as I remember.
Yeah.
Zaragoza, that's who it was, and Wolfsburg. And International. Yeah. River Plate went back to. Yeah, he was good. He was really good.
Decent.
I remember him. Yeah.
That's who Watts reminds me of him. Yeah, I think it'll be a good game, man. But I think we'll win 2-1, hopefully.
What about you, Ant? Who will have? Are we going to win or not?
1-0.
You just go for the 1-0 at home, yeah. I think it's going to be a convincing win. To be fair, guys, honestly.
1-0 penalty.
I think I think we'll win by 2-0. I think Darwin's going to score tomorrow. I don't know about you guys, but I think Darwin's been good since he's come back into the team.
He's been working hard, and he did that move.
He hasn't lost the ball a lot. He's making the right choices, passes.
Did you see that move he did when he almost scored? Of course you did.
Of course I was there, man.
I was like, hold on, what?
Where did you sit?
I was sitting in the main stand.
He flipped it over the player, and he touched it on, kick up, put it down, and ran at the player, and then he tried to cut in and shoot with his right.
Special,
I was like, wow. He's been.
The wrong thing he did, Anton, is hit it across the goalkeeper. Should have been in the bottom corner.
Maybe should have come again. Come across.
No, just hit it straight in the bottom corner. Pretend you're hitting the top corner, but hit it in the bottom corner.
I think you're trying to go for the far corner.
I'll be 2 seconds, lads.
No worries, bro. Yeah, I thought like he should have done that, and I think he should have done like instead of like hitting the top corner, just hitting the bottom corner.
Yeah,
surprise the goalkeeper.
Goalkeeper's left. Well, it would have been on the right for his side, but yeah, I think you're right. I think he should have cut down bottom corner shot. He's working mad. He's working hard. I like the work rate. He's never shy of work rate. But slowly, surely, hopefully, we'll get the same. The Benfica.
Yeah.
I'm yet to see the Benfica Nunez,
And he's not doing the silly things he was doing before, like long balls across the field, misplacing passes. He's earning free kicks. He's passing. He's laying the ball off right. He's making the pass, at wide when he needs to get into the box.
Yeah.
It's just the only thing that's missing is everything come together. That's the only thing that's missing from him. So I want him to score 2 or 3 goals. Then I think he's going to start scoring. 1 goal a game ain't working. He needs 2 or 3 in games continuously. And at least 2, in 2 or 3 games.
Yeah.
And I think he'll be fine after that. Because, like I said, Anton, he gets into the right positions, but it's just the runs off the ball. He needs to curl it because he's always offside, Anton. He needs to curl it. Do the curler with the
he must do the V run, the curve, the run, because he's got the pace to get back and to go in front of the player. Look how he was when he first scored. When he first scored for us, I think this season, you see how everyone was like so happy for him, man. I think when you give him that belief, then you see the best of him.
Yeah, 100%, bro. Like, I like him. I'm starting to like him again. I'm seeing things that's good in his game finally, and I think this coach has worked with him. You know what they said to Arne Slot when he first came, Anton? They told him like, "We're gonna buy you an £80 million striker. You got to work with the one you already have. That's 80 million. Improve him, man. That's what he's doing, man. 2-1 win versus Alonso. Listen, don't hold. Listen, people, like Alonso rejected Liverpool. It is what it is. We might have got a better manager, so just leave him to it, man. Let him go to Real Madrid and let him do whatever he wants. I mean, he chose that life. Sometimes, it could be a good thing, and majority of the time it's a bad.
I think he was clever, Foz. I think he was clever not taking Liverpool straight away. Look what happened to the boys, man. Lampard and Gerrard, man, and Rooney. Look at them.
Yeah, that's poor, man.
And I think it was clever for his people and himself to say, nah. not to take it. A lot of fans say, can you not take Liverpool? Come on, you're an idiot. You know what I'm saying?
And things go wrong, and then like
yeah,
part 2. You know what I mean?
I see the wise decision. If, like I said, if I was on his camp, I would have told him, don't take Liverpool yet. Not yet. If I was his dad or something like that, it would have been, yeah, son, no. I think the wise decision would be not to take the bait straight away, man. Just let someone else take that fish. Maybe another fish come along.
Yeah, 100%. Ravi says we don't want to be chasing the game, otherwise it's a long night. Yeah, you're right. Spot on, bro. Arne and his team are coaching Nunes in one sessions. It shows, 100%, bro.
It shows them videos as well, didn't he?
Yeah. Him and Soboslai, they're trying to like get more goals into the games. Left foot, right foot, holding up play, turning players.
Oh, that's Soboslai.
Pressure.
About Soboslai, I know all you can agree when he does that dummy and shit, when he's in front of, like, when he's outside the box, he does the fake shot. I want to slap him, man.
He done a good thing the other day as well. He nutmegged players and shit the other day. He was nutmegging people when he couldn't get out of the corner. Remember?
Yeah,
he turned and he nutmegging players. He got out of difficult situations. The worst part, guys, he's talented. This guy is good. You know what I mean? He's better than most of the players that we got, but it's not coming together. That's the problem with him. I've seen this guy technically. He's good, man. But it's
he's technically flawed. He's got most attributes, man.
It's madness. It's madness.
His favorite player is Cristiano Ronaldo, isn't it?
I want to end it here, guys, with Gary Neville. Yeah, it's starting to piss me off. It's starting to piss me off. Yeah,
that line in his head.
Yeah, something's got to be said about this guy. Yeah, how much more can we take of his nonsense? You know, in the like just knocking Liverpool left, right, and centre every season. Like,
right,
I mean, there is times you got to say is enough, innit? Like enough now, innit? Let's be honest.
He can't help it. He really can't help it. Come on, man. He really can't help it. And you know what? What's weird about him? He doesn't really hide it. Like he doesn't really hide it. Like it's so blatant as well. I was watching it the other day on the Arsenal game when Saka scored. The other guy, obviously the commentator, you can hear the commentator's voice, but behind the commentator's voice, you can hear something. It's a bit animated.
Yeah. Every time we can see.
Yeah, but as soon as Liverpool scored, it was quite. It was only that guy. The guy, was it Jury or what's the other guy? The commentator.
Jury.
Yeah, it's only him, and then they scored again, and again, like he was there again, like animated again. And when we got the equalizer, just the commentator.
Yeah.
It's too much, man. Like what I want to speak about him is the way he's talking about Arsenal after the game, and he's saying, "Why these Arsenal players wanting it? You know, I still believe in them. They should be winning the league title. I still think they could win the league title." If that was Liverpool, he would have said it's over. I mean, just give it to City straight away. The thing that angers me more than anything is like it's been like 10 to 12 years now of this shit on TV. When is it enough for the rest of us? Like he's always trying to, you know, motivate other teams to beat Liverpool. That's what he's doing. Let's just be honest there, guys. Like you gotta be honest with yourself. That's what he's trying to do. Like
and Foz, do you notice when Liverpool do well, his tone drops?
Oh,
yeah, they're banging teams. Liverpool, they're rah, la, and then Arsenal, Arsenal, la. The voice it goes up, it comes up a bit, and if Man United win, his voice is up. It's the level, the decibels are higher. But when it's Liverpool, we've won something or done something good, it's quite, he's telling the truth what he's saying, but his whole body language is like, I really don't want to talk about them in a positive light.
But should you have someone on TV, guys, that's motivating other people to beat us on a consistent basis? Do you get what I'm saying? This is the only team he talks about negatively, like in a negative way. Like that's what I'm trying to say. Like, when is it enough? You know what I mean? He's been doing that for the last 10 years.
You know what, Foz? I don't think he's got a contract, man. Come on, he ain't coming off that, man. Come on, they're gonna keep him in. Foz, despite we know how he is, he does know his football, but he's too.
No, he's not even a good coach.
He's wickedly biased. He's wickedly biased. But what can you do?
Yeah. And what do you think of him, mate? Like as a guy, really? Like how much more can you take off him? Like it's enough now. I faced since he retired from football, I've been watching this shit. Enough now, innit, man? Come on, bro. Like, I'm tired of it. Man. Say something good.
Yeah, the bias is so clear and obvious, isn't it? Like it's like you say, every time we can see it, it's like like that. Like just shut up, man. Jesus Christ, just talk about the game and just stop being so biased as well. Like the way he's talking about our club as well, as if he knows everything that's going on behind the scenes. He hasn't got a clue. Paul Joyce put him in the mud today on Twitter. I don't know if you've seen about the manager, about the manager situation we had in the summer, and he was chatting like, "Oh, but Amarim's their first choice and all that." He wasn't. Didn't even approach him. Slot was the one that he wanted from day one, and then Paul Joyce corrected him on that. But saying like, regardless of what Gary Neville speculates and all that.
Yeah,
Like,
I think I saw that.
He knows nothing about our club, so just pipe down, innit?
What he said? What Liverpool rejected him? I mean, he rejected Liverpool.
I can't remember the exact quote word for word, but Paul Joyce put him in the bin today. So if you go on Paul Joyce's tweets on Twitter, he fully muddled him, and rightly so as well. Because I'm sick of him, man. I'm sick of him. He thinks he knows more than what we know, and he doesn't.
No, but the thing is, it's the unbiased thing, though. You're supposed to be a neutral guy on TV. You know what I mean, guys? That's what I'm trying to say. You're not supposed to be criticizing teams, like to motivate other teams to beat that team just because you want another team to win the league. You know what I mean? You don't do things like that. Like, but he does it all the time and gets away with it. That's what I'm trying to say. Why can't you be doing the same for every team then if you're gonna go that way? I know, like, we're your arch rivals, but you're not playing anymore, bro. You're supposed to be a pundit where everybody can trust and you don't put people through mental health and shit like that, do you? Like, this is what you're supposed to do. You're supposed to like give people credit where credit is due. But when you know what I mean? Like, it's wrong, man.
Well, Foss, be honest, Foss. Yeah. If you was in his job and you had to talk about Liverpool, about Man United,
but look at our pundits, look at our pundits.
How do you say? You will talk full-heartedly about them in a positive light.
No, listen, there's a time I'll forget about it. You know what I mean? I don't go for 13 to 14 years talking about the same shit.
I'm going to be real. I'm going to be. I don't know if I've been.
Yeah, but Anton, you do grow. You get older in life, don't you? You start getting.
Yeah. Of course, you mature.
Yeah, you mature. Come on, mate.
But bro, I reckon at the end of my life, my dying day, I'll be like, I hate Man United. I think
of course, I'm always going to hate them. Listen,
I hate them.
They gave me a bad childhood. You know what I mean? We was in school, Anton. Look what happened to us, bro. Like, we haven't seen no titles in school days, man. You know?
I would hate them. I would still hate them. People also said, "Oh, you hate them," but I would say, I'm going to be real. They're done brilliant, to be honest. But fuck Man United. Oh, you can't say that. You can't say that. They be beeping me. They be like beep, beep, beep. Yeah, so we can't really say that. Yeah, fuck them, innit? Fuck them. They're great, but fuck them, innit?
Exactly. Guys, that's about it, really. Thanks for coming on, honestly. Thank you for coming on. Obviously, we've got work and all that stuff in the morning.
I'm not in till 12. Woo!
Oh. In January, if we don't sign any players, where do you guys stand? And where do you stand with that? Like, I know I asked you this, but I want to see it with Anton here as well. If we go through January not signing a player and we continue the way we are you happy with it or no?
No, man. I'm FSG out. I have been for years. And if they dare not sign anyone in January, man, I'm just going to do another FSG out video, and it's going to be more fierce as well. And it'll go on for longer. I say FSG out at the end of most of my videos. I've had enough, man. Seriously, I've had enough. Really, like it's not acceptable anymore. Like I said before in our first stream, we finished on 97 points behind City when they finished on 98. And who did he back up with in the summer? Van den Berg and Adrian. Then luckily, because Klopp's a genius, we win the league on 99 points. It's long.
Yeah, because I'm worried, didn't it? In case we're like challenging for the league title and we don't sign anybody, and we just go through that window with nothing.
Yeah,
and it's more likely to happen because it's not the first time, guys, as you guys are aware.
Oh, come on, FSG. That fucking group, man. I can't stand them. I don't want them out. I want them to die. I'm sorry.
You can't say that already. You can't say that already, man.
I'm telling you, I'm sorry. I don't want anyone to die. I'm not a bad person, but you know these people, like someone like them, all of them. I'm sorry if they just actually died. I'm sorry. Yeah, I wouldn't even blink. You wouldn't even be no tear. I'd be like, I'm telling you, be celebrations everywhere. And they'd be like, why are you celebrating? I'm sorry. You say these guys been treating that club. I'm sorry. No, I can't stand them. I want them to die.
You don't mean that YouTube. It doesn't mean that really.
Die. I'm sorry. Dead, deceased, finished, kaput. Can't stand him. So if come January, I'm not even expecting. But obviously, they're talking about this Omar. That
Yeah, we was talking about that earlier, yeah.
It would be nice. It would be lovely for him to come in. The technique, that ball playing skills.
He's not going to be a solid replacement. You know that, guys. He's not going to be a solid. He's more of a right-footed player that plays.
He's a right-footed player. He's a right footer. He can play left. He can play right. He can play up top. If you watch him most of his game, he's like a free roll. He plays everywhere, and anywhere he comes from, he's a threat because he can use both feet and he's skillful and he can pass and he's clever. He's not stupid. He won't just dribble for the sake of dribbling.
Yeah. No. Question. That's no problem. Question: do we think who do we think is our best from free link up currently? Ant, who do you think it is, bro?
Best from free link up currently. Jesus Christ. I mean, Diaz has been a bit off it lately, and I know he scored against Brighton in the cup.
But he's always been like that in the beginning of the season. It's not the first time, you know that, you guys. He's always does that in the
field. Just making the wrong decision, hold on to it for too long. Sometimes trying to do a bit too much. You know what? I'm putting Gakpo in there for now. I'm putting Gakpo in there.
Gakpo, who else?
Yeah.
If they're all fit, if they're all fit,
obviously, no. Yeah.
And who's the striker?
I'd say Jota.
Anton?
Salah on the right, Diaz on the left. You know what? I'm going to be controversial. I'm going to play Gakpo up top, man. I would like to say, bro, just play up top for me. I feel like you can do something for me, man. Because there's something there, but he feels like in his head he can only do well coming out from that side to cut in. Well, I think put him up top and let him be a free roll. You know what I'm saying?
I think he should correct his ways of playing the wing first.
Yeah.
Then once he masters that, he could move to the front play. Because it's all about confidence, isn't it?
Yeah.
And the left wing so far, what I like about him, even though he's scoring goals now, he puts a lot of crosses that's dangerous in the box, which Diaz doesn't do at all.
Yeah.
This is why we draw games, because we don't put enough crosses in the box.
True.
Now, like, we're getting it from Gakpo. It wasn't his first cross in the game. It was about 4 or 5 after 4 or 5 crosses. You know what I mean? And he got one right eventually that went in and nobody touched it. So, like, this is what people don't understand. These things count. I've been saying it for years. Put a cross in a dangerous area. It's either going to be an own goal. It's either going to go straight in, or, if someone's going to tap it in.
From it, definitely.
Just lift the right, give it the right lift. The issues that we have sometimes is we can't beat the first man.
Yeah.
I mean, this is why the corners are awful the majority of the time, especially when you've got a good header of the ball like Kanate and Van Dijk.
But sometimes he's a bit too cliche, and he comes in again and again when he can just fake to come in and go out and use his left to cross it in.
Yeah.
You understand?
But there's something in training, isn't it? Something in training. Something in training they could practice, you know what I mean? And that. But he has been going outside as well. I've seen him do that.
I've seen it too. But it's a bit too much.
You know what it is, and he's not good on the eye. That's why people don't really are not convinced with Gakpo. But if you watched him, I've always said it. I talked to Ant about Szoboszlai this afternoon when I said about the reasons. Anton, we play football like Ant did as well, but we was more of a set piece guys as well. We was watching Baggios and all that stuff.
Yeah.
If you take that stuff away from Baggio, the set pieces and all that stuff, you're not gonna get the complete Baggio, are you? Let's be honest. This is what I said about like Szoboszlai and Gakpo.
No, but he still had
in their teams. They were good because they were the talisman. They were the go-to men. They were taking the set pieces. They were taking, they were doing everything. That's why they.
No, but he still had magic that the game was playing for us. He still could dribble. He still had the immaculate touch.
It limits their ability.
And he still had the brain.
I know, but it
Well,
limits
it's
their
like-
ability. I mean, especially when you're coming to a different team when they already got a talisman, all that stuff. So they already see Salah as the main man, Trent as the main man, this guy the main. You know what I mean?
But you can
There's
be
so many
different.
main
You
men.
can be a different guy.
But this is what they found.
That's
This is
saying.
what they found in their place. That's what I'm saying. It will take them time, but they will find that
Yeah.
place eventually. Just give them time, and I'm telling you guys, they will get better. I
Soboslai's
can't
got-
imagine
Soboslai's
Soboslai being that
definitely got
crap.
something, man. But
Huh?
he needs. Soboslai's got something. He needs to add goals and assists, man, and be a threat like for the other team. Like, oh my
He
god,
hesitates too much,
great.
man. He hesitates too much.
He
That's the problem with him.
hesitates too much, man. He hasn't got enough killer in him. Honestly, if Gerrard wasn't like managing it, I'll be like, you know what? Let's just get Gerrard in there, have a chat to him, and say, bro, you're wearing the number 8. Just keep next to him, stay training, bro. Talk to him, man, and look, come on, fix up. You got this. There's science there. You got the technique.
He's got the technique,
With the
guys. I'm
product,
telling you, man.
end product.
Don't worry. I'll come one day and I'll tell you. I told you. I told you. You know, like
No,
saying that.
like I said, I've seen it in when he played for Leipzig. I've seen him play for Leipzig. I've seen when he plays for Hungary.
He shouldn't be afraid. He shouldn't be afraid to take shots.
If you can't be the main talisman, you could be a different talisman. You could be the next talisman. You can add to the talisman ship. You know what I'm saying?
Imagine him and his full ability playing, guys, right now. Like what
He
we
would
could do.
he would be brilliant. He would be brilliant. I have to admit.
Yeah.
If he gets going, I think we've got a problem with other teams.
Big up everyone. Steve says Carra says negative stuff. Yeah, Carra is an Evertonian, isn't he? So nothing's
Yeah.
never change. His brother Phil was on the whole cop for women's England team. He was shit. He was no good, man. Neville triggers a lot of LFC fan base. He with his bullshit comments. He trigger me. I'm too smart for him. Like, it's nothing to do with the trigger, bro. Like it's like when you hear the same shit every year. I mean, enough, man. You've been here for 13 years. Like enough, bro. Like move on, man. I mean, be like what you get paid for. Like, you know what I mean? Come on. There's teams winning the league title paying for it. You know what I mean? That's who you should be targeting. At least we're doing it in a fair way. You know what I mean? So enough now, bro. Like, just enough of that shit, man. But yeah, this is Amp's channel. Amp, where can people find you, bro? Let them know, man, before we get out of here. I'm sorry there ain't that many people today because everybody's doing it.
Firstly, thank you, Ravi, for the comments. Always appreciate it. Firstly, thanks for letting me on the channel always. Yeah, man. Look, I've got watch alongs coming up. I've got a busy schedule on the channel. I've got all my live streams prepared already. Yeah, look, match reactions, watch alongs, boxing and football. We'll preview games as well, and we'll just talk about like what's hot in football and all that. Like today, Edu Gaspar leaving Arsenal. I've done a half an hour video on that. It was only meant to be 10 minutes long, and then I ended up doing half an hour. But yeah, man, just all that stuff, and then get involved with the chat always, and that's it. It's good.
Anton?
Yeah, first of all, nice to meet you, Amp.
Yeah, man, you too.
Meet you, brother. Nice having you on. First, thanks for having me on as usual. When I can. Sorry about the computer and all that.
I thought
the computer's doing its own thing. You know what I mean? I'm just grateful that I can talk today. You know what I mean? Tomorrow's not going to be the same. I'm gonna have to just chat to it and send it some money. I don't know. Yeah, you find me on Fozzie's channel or Uncle Rod's or wherever, man, or on the streets like I always tell you. Antos01 on Instagram or what is it? Antos Pantos on X.
Steve says Gakpo's best position is on the left, cutting in on to his right foot. Yeah, 100%, bro. There's no doubt about that. I think so as well. But I think he's got to master that position first before we think about number 9. Then everything will come together. Because confidence will be good for him, innit? That's what he needs.
Maybe interchanging with Diaz, like go on the left one day, you'll be on the right. You know what I mean? Keep moving around, like free roll for the two boys up on the top on the left hand side and up front. Yeah,
competition for players is the best thing, Anton. It brings the best out of players, isn't it? So that's what we need, isn't it? Always great to watch and chat with Mandem. Big up, Ravi, as always, man. Thanks for coming through, man. Steve asked our chest backwards. They are shit, to be fair. All right. We can find Anton at Fozzie Uncle Rod's channel or in the local KFC.
No, man, that's for sure.
Hey, same here. I love KFC, man. I fucking love it.
Nothing better, man. Nothing better than chicken, man.
Perfect
Away,
hangover
man.
KFC. Oh,
Absolutely nothing, mate.
yeah.
Guys, thank you for coming on. I'll
Bring
see you
on, man.
again.
Thank you.
Guys, if you guys probably I'll do something tomorrow after the game. If you guys want to come on, we'll do something.
Yeah.
Sure thing, man.
All right, cool.
All right, take care, guys.
See you guys.
All right,
Bye.
talk cozy. See you, yeah.